Hi everyone, it's Steph here. This is the Novelty Corner and welcome back to my channel. It is that time of year where I'm filming content ahead of time because we need to make sure that things are getting done, and that means filming things late at night. So the lighting is a little bit weird. I'm very tired. I have been working on my 2025 reading journal, the one that I keep on my iPad. So I wanted to film it while I'm getting all of this sorted and ready to go. I've done one of these for the last couple of years. There's going to be a free PDF template that you can download and use as you see fit. But I thought it would be a good opportunity to kind of jump on, talk about it now, get it all out there, and make sure that this is ready to go in early December, hopefully, for everyone. As I've said in previous videos where I've shared my reading journal, I create a basic template in PowerPoint. I export it as a PDF. I know a lot of people do it in Canva as well. I've just always used PowerPoint, and so every year I just update previous year's file, and I've got one ready to go for the next year. There are some little minor tweaks to it this year. There's a couple of different template options. I'm going to go through all of that, and then I'm just going to go through setting up the very basics of my reading journal for you guys, and I'll talk you through it. I don't often do talking reading journal kind of updates, but I will this time. So enjoy. I'm using GoodNotes 6. I've only just upgraded to GoodNotes 6. I was still using GoodNotes 5 until yesterday. So I'm not completely up to date with all of the changes in GoodNotes 6. I've got to actually go and watch some videos and pay attention to things. So there's a bit of a learning curve tonight. That's why. But for the most part, it's pretty intuitive and easy to use. You can, of course, use whatever PDF editing software you like. Here's my iPad, and we're going to open GoodNotes. And this is my little GoodNotes documents page. And you can see that I've got my 2024 reading journal. My old ones are in the old folder. I still have my book collage journal, which I've not used for a while. Maybe next year will be the year that I go back into that. And then I've got 2 copies of the digital planning journal, but we're going to use the copy. Yes, as I said, if you like this, there will be an optional link for you to download. Now, just so that you can see in the overview page, there are 53 pages. You won't need all of them. Some of them are Australian versus US English spelling options. Some of them are monthly dividers if you want to use them. But yeah, let's go through them. So here is the front page. I like to have the same pattern. I'll add something to the front of mine when I edit my one, but I'm a big black and white person. And for the last couple of years, my journals have had the same style of cover, so they all just look a little bit cohesive. There is a nameplate page. There is a reading stats page for each month, and you can track the books read, the pages read, physical, digital, or audio. This is the reading tracker, and there's a space over here for you to add in your own key. All I do is use the highlighter tool. I have some little highlights set up. I tend to track page count or page length, and then I just choose whatever my list of options is, those number of colors, and then I just color in the square. It's not complicated. I am woefully behind in my 2024 journal for this, so that's going to be an evening project one night. Then there is a spot for your monthly favorites, and there is also one with US spelling. I live in Australia. I spell favorite with the OU. So that will always be the first option. If you don't need this page, you just delete it. So there's monthly favorites. There is anticipated releases for January to June and July to December, if you like to track that sort of thing. I have thrown in book covers before. I've also just done a list and then highlighted or crossed off the ones that I've read or acquired. There's anticipated releases or anticipated books, depending on what you want to call that page. I'm not convinced I'm going to use this page in my 2025 journal just because I didn't really use it as much this year, but I have used it in the past. And then come a bunch of just pages where you can document your TBR. So there's a TBR page, or to be read page, if that's what you want to call it. There is a physical TBR if you want to break it down by physical owned books, digital TBR, Kindle Unlimited TBR, if that's something that you want to track. Then there's a few other options because people are calling TBRs by different names. There is the On My Radar, the Maybe Next, or the Pile of Possibilities. I quite like Pile of Possibilities. That's just me. There's also TBR Veterans, if that's something that you set yourself a challenge for or anything like that. And then there's Shelf Destruct, which TBR Vets and Shelf Destruct are new ones that I've added this year because I'm going to be using Shelf Destruct for a project. So I'm going to probably use a combination of a couple of these pages. There's also a did not finish template if you just want to keep track of all the books that you DNF'd throughout the year. And then we just come to monthly dividers. So I've done these a few different ways in the past. I've got two options in here. The first one is the simple black page. I tend to use the black pages. I just like a plain black background border. I haven't quite decided if I'm going to do extensive themes or decorations. I mean, I probably will. I tend to. It's just a little creative outlet. But if not, I've got this option of a simple black outline with month in the bottom right-hand corner. So you've got all of those months from January all the way to December. And then I've also got the same ones, but with the front cover style. So two different options, and you don't have to use any of them. You can just delete all of these if you don't want them. There is also a books read bookshelf if you want to track your books on a bookshelf style. There's also a book review page, which I might have some plans for this. I've never really used it. I know some people like having space to type out their reviews. I've had some thoughts that this could feature maybe next year. So that's just an optional extra at the back of the book. There's also a plain black page and then a more matte black. I know it probably doesn't come up on screen here, but it's very easy to see when you're looking at it. Then there's also some monthly headers. I tend to use these if you've ever seen any of my videos, where if I need the name of a month, I'll do a screenshot and then I'll just copy it and I can just paste it wherever I need to. And then if I need to go in and crop it around it, I can do like a freehand crop. It's probably not a good idea to put it on a white page. Let's go to a black one. Oops. So this is what I mean about GoodNote 6 having a learning curve. Got to relearn all of those things that I already know how to do. And then suddenly you've got a new label. Because I do have the black backgrounds, I do have the white ones. So there's this more print handwriting option. There's a bold script option. There is a thin script option. And then for me, I also tend to document the videos that I upload every month. So I've just got a videos page. I just need the heading. And also a reading challenge page if I want to document a reading challenge. And that's basically it for all of the template pages. So if you want to download the PDF, that's what you get. So let's get rid of that. And we're going to open my one. So this is going to be my journal. I've had some thoughts. I've downloaded a bunch of stuff off Canva to include. I tend to use a lot of pink. It's my favorite color. Now I had a couple of ideas. Just now got to decide which one it is that I want to use. That one. That was an option. Let's just play around with a few things. This was another option. I mean, that kind of looks cute. There's another one though. Maybe it was this. Okay. Let's have a bit of play. Let's take that part. Do that. And then let's see if I can find that one again. take the bottom one. Don't know how I feel about that. Maybe we'll stick with the flowers because I'm nothing if not predictable for the time being. But I do need to go in here. Oh, actually, no, I don't need to do that. What I do want to do is just get rid of the 2025. Don't worry, I'm going to put it back in. Just don't need it right this second. No. That's better. Okay. Now, cut that. I mean, that's pretty cute. Every other journal has had some kind of floral on the front, so maybe we'll stick with that. And then if I go in here, well, that's not centered, is it? Okay, that's not quite working either. We'll come back to that. See, things don't always go to plan. Now, this was the blank one, and I have already put in my name, so we're going to get rid of that. Am I tracking social media stats? Probably not. Probably not. Well, actually, hang on. Maybe we'll keep it for now. So, I already put in the nameplate before I exported this, just because I wanted to use the font that was on my computer, which is Belladora, which is a purchase font that I purchased for another project, but I really like it. So then we have a reading stats page. Now, I do want to check this. So this is the first time. Actually, no, I'm actually not putting the reading stats page in here. This is the one that I was getting rid of because I track this in my reading stats journal. So I don't actually need this because I'm terrible at filling it in. So that can go. Social media stats. Now, I had exported all of these titles, but they don't seem to have exported well. So that might be another project to do another time. But that's okay, because what I am going to do is grab one of these. Maybe not that one. I promise you, there has been some thought that's gone into this. It's just a case of executing the idea in the way that it was in my head. I think we might go with these. So let's crop this top one. I'm not going to use the whole thing. I'm actually going to do this. Yeah, that'll work. Then let's do something. Well, maybe we'll use this one. No, maybe we won't use that one. That's a bit too dark. Best laid plans, right? The good thing is this is a digital journal, so when I inevitably change my mind at some point, I can just change it and leave set in stone. Oh, I don't mind that. Let's just copy that just in case. Now, I don't tend to track monthly favorites. And I think I said before, I'm not doing anticipated releases. I'm going to keep physical TBR. I don't need digital or Kindle Unlimited on my radar, or maybe next. I am using Pile of Possibilities. I'm not using TBR Vets. I am using Shelf Destruct. So goodbye to those. Good thing is I've always got the other copy in here, so I can always grab them back if I do change my mind. But I don't think I'm going to be doing that. What I am going to do, though, is move... Is it going to let me move it? Remember what I said about learning curves? That's better. That's what... No, that's not what I want. I'll do this. That's... Yes. Okay, I've done it. Right. So what I want to have is my Shelf Destruct, which I said is going to be project. No, I don't need physical TBR. I'm just going to use Pile of Possibilities just because I like the way that that sounds in my brain. So I'm going to have the Shelf Destruct. The Pile of Possibilities. And they did not finish. And we're just moving that around a little bit. Now I feel like I want to change this one and just have them all be the same for consistency's sake. Okay. That works for me. And then we've got the months. So I'm going to be using the black ones, which means I can get rid of all of these. Goodbye. Okay, I'll keep that there. Okay. Now, what I will do is get all of these set up. Close that. Go. No, this one. Add page, paste page. Lovely. Add page, paste page. I'll do this for all the months because that's how I'm going to track all of my videos. And I'm not going to add anything to any of these yet because, as I've said, I haven't decided if I'm going to have monthly themes. This year I was doing, I started the year with my favorite books from 2024. I've read a lot of really good books in 2024, but I don't have any that I immediately go, I want to make like monthly covers for my reading journal from. So I think I might have to get creative this year and, I don't know, maybe do color, like a color theme or something, seasonal theme. We shall see. But for the moment, that is not what I'm doing. I know I'll have some reading challenges. They'll get moved somewhere up the front of the journal. But yeah, like this is how I set up my journal. It's not complicated and I'm not going over the top. I don't need excess pages for stuff. I'm just kind of working with what works for me. So yeah, that's how I set up my journal. And as I said, I've got a lot of work to do with all the new fancy options here in GoodNote 6. But yeah, that's where I am with my reading journal for 2025. So, as I said, I will leave a link down below if you would like a copy of the original PDF so that you can pick and choose templates as you see fit. You're welcome to use it however you like. If you do use them, feel free to let me know. If you modify them, let me know how you modify them. I'm always happy to see how people take an idea and then turn it into something of their own. As I said in my spreadsheet video, I'm not really tech support. I Google everything. So I encourage everyone else to Google everything as well. That's how we learn things. But yes, if you want to see how I end up setting up the monthly pages for this, stay tuned for probably my reset videos every month. I think that's where I'll probably still keep them. If not, there'll be another video letting you know where to find them. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that wherever you are in the world, you're staying safe and healthy, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, everyone.